We heard that there was a lockdown, but we thought it was a drill until we saw the officer with the patrol rifle, and then tens of other police cars just coming our way.
Good morning. 20 years after Columbine, there has been another deadly school shooting in Colorado.
On strike, drivers for the world's two largest ride-sharing companies are taking a stand.
And in other news, cannabis products are being used to treat a whole lot of things, but now it's being used for massages.
So progressive up there in Canada. Speaking of Canada, this is a live look at Nova Scotia this morning. It's a little bit warmer than what I envisioned. Grant, you found that funny. No, that's the Maldives.
Yeah.
I usually go with St. Pete Beach on this one. Look at that watercolor. Hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up and turning on Brightside.
I'm Jabari Thomas.
I'm Allison Crow.
And I'm Rob Finnerty. We're going to get you in the know in just a minute, but first a quick check on traffic and weather, guys. Good morning.
Did you clarify that was not?
That was the Maldives.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
It does look
Lovely,
similar,
right? Very similar.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're starting off with temperatures this morning in the mid-70s. Lake Lynette reporting at the current hour, 72 degrees in Sarasota. We've got clear skies. That cloud cover moving through the central Gulf associated with that complex of storms. That will stay away from us. We're looking good as we go through the majority of the day. As we get into the afternoon, we will see a chance for a couple of isolated showers developing along the coast. I'll tell you where those showers are more likely, but still another warm day with high temperatures near 90 degrees.
And so far, we're off to a pretty quiet start. We don't have any major crashes right now. So we'll give you a live look here of the Howard Franklin Bridge. You see the lights of Ray J off there in the background blinking. It's only taking you 7 minutes to make the drive across the bridge right now, right where it should be when we don't have any traffic. And moving along to our next is I-4 right on Branch Forbes Road, also looking pretty good. All of our drive times pretty much in the green right now.
We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if that is just a few minutes.
So let's get you in the know, and let's do it right now. We start with another school shooting. This time, a teenager was killed and 8 others were hurt at STEM School in Highlands Ranch, less than 10 miles from Columbine. 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo died.
There were 2 shooters who opened fire in 2 classrooms. One was identified by police as 18-year-old Devin Erickson. The other is a minor and not being named at this point. Terrified students were texting their parents during this attack.
It's a real lockdown, Mom. There's shootings.
Well, we heard like really big bangs, which I assume are gunshots. And then we also heard like some screaming and stuff like that.
20 years later, we're still talking about something like this.
That's just so sad this has to happen and so close to Columbine. So far, there's no motive for this shooting. The school will be closed for the rest of the week. Let's go to Jacksonville now. The cockpit voice recorder has been removed from that Boeing 737 jet that skidded off the runway into the St. Johns River last week.
The NTSB pulled that plane out yesterday. None of the 143 people on board were seriously hurt. 3 pets died in the cargo hold. Uber and Lyft drivers are planning a massive strike today over work conditions and pay rates. This is Uber plans to go public later this week. Drivers are demanding job security, livable incomes, and caps on the company's commissions. They're striking in at least 8 U.S. cities. Tampa is not one of them. But if you are flying out of town and headed to a major city, you might want to look into another way to get around. A Tampa woman's fight with a towing company is a game changer when it comes to shady tow practices here in the Bay Area.
Very shady. So her attorney says this is the first time since our reports began on towing issues that a towing company, this particular towing company, and employees there are facing charges. Her RV disappeared from the South Tampa storage facility where it was being kept, but it somehow wound up 12 miles away in North Tampa to a lot where a company called Impounds R Us demanded more than $1,500 in cash to return that RV. The manager and a driver for the company have been charged with grand theft.
These people are ruining people's lives, and we have to stop it.
It's huge. It's amazing. It's the first time that I've seen that finally it seems like law enforcement says, okay, this is wrong. This is so wrong, they're actually going to pursue criminal charges.
Historically, police agencies dismiss tow truck problems as a civil issue. If you're having towing troubles and you want to submit a complaint or just figure out how to get a refund, check out WTSP.com/towing troubles.
You just feel so lost when something like that happens to you. I'm glad that we were able to get some sort of result there. Let's go to Washington now. A big win for the Trump administration on immigration. A federal appeals court just ruled that people seeking asylum in the U.S. can be kept in Mexico until their case makes it through the courts. The ruling reverses a decision by a San Francisco judge who tried to block that policy. And from immigration now to taxes, where according to a sweeping report in the New York Times that came out yesterday, the president lost more than $1 billion over the course of, say, 9 years.
Yeah, the Times says that it acquired his tax transcripts from 1985 through 1994. A House committee has asked the IRS for the president's personal and business returns, but the Treasury Secretary refused to do so.
Later this morning, a House panel will vote on whether to hold Attorney General William Barr in contempt of Congress because Barr has not given lawmakers the full unredacted Mueller report. Democrats say they have the right to read the report in its entirety, but Republicans say it's case closed on Russian collusion and obstruction of justice. Now to that Varsity Blues college admissions cheating scandal where a third parent has pleaded guilty.
Los Angeles executive Steven Semprevio paid $400,000 to Georgetown's tennis coach who pretended to recruit his son.
$400,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
This fake recruiting. Actress Felicity Huffman has agreed to plead guilty in her case. That's supposed to happen on Monday. And there's a major concern about school enrollment in Puerto Rico. A new study by Hunter College shows enrollment for both public and private schools have dropped by 44% since 2006. That large drop has caused 265 schools to close and cause concerns that children will start to drop out.
All right, well, it's time for those Did You Hear About stories that you want to know about. So, in other news, you know, a popular piece of technology is doing a world of good for seniors in California. Escoton Village is the first senior living community to provide all of its residents with Amazon's Alexa.
I don't know if it's lazy or old age or just what it is. It's convenient. My children keep thinking I should join the 21st century, and I think Alexa has made it possible.
It is not lazy, no. I have a Google Home. I don't even use light switches.
It's brilliant.
By the way, I'll tell you what, cutting edge.
Yeah, I know.
At the Thomas household.
Alexa plays, music for them. It reads off the menu for the day, and it could even call the front desk in case there's an emergency.
I want to give that woman a hug. I love that.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. It's really cool,
I think it's
though.
cool.
It's technology.
I remember when my grandmother emailed me for the first time.
Oh, really?
I was like, what? It was like Cecile Finnerty. I was like, wow. She was like, hey.
Yeah, and that's it, right?
That's all. In the subject line.
All right. Well, have you guys ever had to make a tough decision? Well, how about, you said never, Rob?
Never.
Okay, it's coming, it's coming. Well, how about this one? A Michigan mother had to make a really tough decision. Attend her son's graduation or her own. But what a great mom she is, because Sharonda Wilson chose her son, but what she didn't know is that a surprise was waiting for her at the ceremony. Take a listen.
I confer upon you, Chandra Wilson, the bachelor's degree that you have earned with all rights, privileges pertaining thereto. Please move your tassel from your right to your left.
How
Goosebumps.
great is that?
I love it.
That's,
love it,
that's
love
just
it.
awesome. This was at Central Michigan University in Mount Pleasant.
Of course she's going to choose to go to her son's graduation.
Oh, yeah.
And what a big accomplishment for her, and that they kind of all schemed to make that happen.
Right.
That's really
so
sweet.
cool.
School was in on it.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. Big smiles there, too.
All right. Well, you guys see signs pretty much everywhere. CBD products are getting pretty popular out there, from oils to snacks, cosmetics, and now massages. And one woman says she used it to help out an injury. Yeah, Brianna Arrington. She's a personal trainer, and she hurt her hip muscle, and so she turned to a CBD-infused cream to help with her hip. And she says she feels so much better now.
I believe it.
So there you go.
Right.
And some scientists are still kind of skeptical about it.
Right.
I mean, because they haven't really tested it out or anything.
Isn't that the whole thing, is like relaxation, and
Right.
it helps with
Usually
inflammation,
people would
stuff
eat it
like
or
that?
smoke it, but you can actually rub it on I've heard you can rub it on like muscle tension or something like that. And
Yeah,
it's
they
supposed
sell
to help.
topical creams and
Yeah.
states
That
where
makes
it's
sense to
legal,
me.
and yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So your hip gets high.
And even if it's
I'm
not
joking.
doing anything and it's just your brain, mind over matter, and it helps, you think it helps, then why not?
Then sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
You can use honey, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you
Try
think
that out. Let us know how it works for you. It
Sticky.
may be hump day, but why not jump or hop into those glowing weekend plans?
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast. How do we make this shot more exciting right here? This is Derby Lane, St. Pete. I like the palm trees.
Yeah.
This is coming from our photojournalist. Deb is out there right now. cool shot, Derby Lane. If you look at the neon electric sign out there and you drive by real fast, it says Matinee Racing.
But you thought it
Manatee.
was Manatee.
I thought it said Manatee Racing the first time I saw it and moved here. There's no manatees that are
favorite
racing
story.
at Derby Lane.
That would be cool, though.
I would pay to see that race, though.
I would
bet you
pay
would.
if you would have asked somebody about it.
So when's the manatee race?
It's like a 6-hour race. Right? And here they come.
We
grab
know
a bite
your
to eat.
morning is already underway. You're drinking your coffee, eating your breakfast, getting the kids ready, and up and out the door. So we want to see your sunrise story. This picture is from Sean Stryker.
Wow.
He captured this awesome sunrise time lapse just yesterday. We want to see your photos too. Share them with us. Use the hashtag MorningShot, and then we'll share them with you right here on Brightside. It's
beautiful.
That is a good one.
That's
yeah.
pretty.
Tampa skyline, I'm
Look at
assuming?
Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So creative. Look at his Facebook picture, too, by the way.
Why are you so nosy?
No, it's just, we can't, never mind. It was too late.
Well,
That was his profile pic.
Yeah. Snowboarding, I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what
With
it
the
is,
mask
yeah.
on and everything, yeah.
Good
So,
sunrise.
Yes.
How are you guys this
Good.
morning?
Happy
Good.
Wednesday. Hump day.
Yeah.
Love hump day.
Doing good this morning, guys. We're heading into our Wednesday, looking good. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s, so it's a little warm, but we've got clear skies to start things off this morning. 74 degrees in Tampa right now. That dew point's at 70, so it's a little higher than yesterday. So if you're looking at your week, Monday was humid. Yesterday was okay. Today it's a little bit humid. Again, feels like 74 degrees, but you all know, I mean, when that dew point's there up around 70, relative humidity 87%, it will feel just a little bit stuffy this morning. Temperature check at low and mid 70s for most of us. A couple of 60s on the board right now. 65 degrees for you in Dade City. Down the road in Newport Richey, you're at 71, 76 in St. Pete, and we've got 72 degrees currently in Sarasota. Satellite and radar loop, not much to show you, just clear skies. Not the case over the Central Gulf and farther west into the Central Plains. This is just a complex of storms that will rain itself out over the Central Gulf of Mexico. We might get a couple of high cirrus clouds on the eastern fringe of that system, but it won't be bothering us. The main concern today is going to be watching the stalled out frontal boundary. As we get into the afternoon heat, it may produce a few isolated showers, more likely south of Tampa Bay, but everywhere along the coast today with that sea breeze developing may produce a couple of isolated showers. The main thing is going to be the east flow will pin the sea breeze along the coast. So if you're going to the beach today, just know there's a possibility you run into a couple of those isolated showers late this afternoon into this evening. Any activity dies down overnight, and then tomorrow we'll start off with mostly sunny skies again. An upper level disturbance will mix with that stalled out frontal boundary to produce a slightly better chance for some scattered showers and storms tomorrow, but still only a 40% chance of rain. It's not a guarantee, just a couple more rain showers popping up across the area tomorrow. We'll keep a relatively small rain chance as we go into the weekend. That's good for Mother's Day on Sunday with 89 degrees. Only a 10% chance of rain for Mom Sunday afternoon.
Oh, beautiful forecast for Mom. You're right. All right, so if you're just getting ready to step out, to head out to work, or even maybe get a head start on school this morning here, 5:15, we're not showing any crashes right now on our map, so that's good. We have a couple of minor crashes, but nothing that is blocking any lanes in the Tampa Bay area. So some good news there as we start our Wednesday morning here. Taking a live look, 275 right around Ashley Drive. If you are making that drive between the Howard Franklin to get to I-4 right around downtown, it's only taking you about 5 minutes to make that drive, so you're right on speed too. So checking in on those drive times for the popular routes for the morning commute as you're heading out the door on 275 from the Apex to I-4. It's taking you 14 minutes. I-75 moving in the green, 10 minutes from 275 to I-4.
It is Wednesday morning, so who couldn't use a little energy boost?
Me.
It'd be nice, right?
Yeah.
So let's get up, get out, and do something fun.
That's right. Brightside Sean Stryker is live at Sky Zone Tampa with more on what you can do with your family right here in the Bay Area. Sean looks like he's jumping a little bit this morning. If you can hear us, Sean, good morrow.
I am literally getting up and getting out, Rob. Yeah, and you can tell the lights are out, but that's what this is all about. This is their glow jump here at Sky Zone. On Friday and Saturdays, they turn out the lights, they turn on the black lights, the lasers, the music, and they have a little bit of a glow party, and it is an absolute blast. I'll tell you, you can't go out on the trampoline without jumping. And this is Kat. Kat, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
This is so cool, this glow jump. What made you want to turn out the lights, turn on the black lights, turn on the lasers, and have a party?
You know, we really wanted to provide a safe and fun environment for teens and really guests of all ages to have fun, free to jump and dance with their friends all night.
So how does it work? Is it similar to a regular jump?
No, it's completely different than our regular open jump time. So right now we have all our normal lights turned off with only our black light on, so everything glows.
Do you need any prior jumping experience? Can you come out here if you don't have any clue?
Yes, you can absolutely come and just jump, flip, or just bounce. The littlest one from toddlers all the way to, parents, mom, dad, even some fake grandmothers, grandfathers can jump as well.
All right, I want to show you guys one other thing. Of course, there's a lot of different spots here at Sky Zone Tampa. One of my favorites over here is the slam zone, the basketball zone, where you get to actually slam dunk a basketball. It's not something that most people can normally do, but with a little help from some trampolines, well, then you get to slam dunk like the pros. All right, hey, if you want to give it a try, if you want to come out to a glow jump, it's every Friday and Saturday night from 8 till midnight. It's $22.99 for a glow jump. And let me tell you,
nice.
The time flies by. All right, ready? Here we go. We're going to try a
Sean
slam
Stryker.
dunk. I'm going to do it at the middle net because they were telling me the high one is a little high. Whoa. No, I embarrassed myself. All right, let me get another ball, and I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Sean,
No,
quick question. Sean, quick question while we have you here.
There you go.
Good job, Sean.
What's up?
I was taking some notes here during your segment. So just to be clear, if you have no jumping experience at all, you can come out there and pick it up pretty quickly.
No jumping experience.
Okay. All right.
You can come out here, and really that's all
So
it is.
if you're a
Rob. It's
novice
about getting
jumper,
out
I
here,
don't have
having
much
fun,
experience
wear those
jumping.
neon clothes and
Yeah,
glow.
we need to get you a glow-in-the-dark shirt.
You don't need it. You can come on out and just have fun.
Yeah.
All right. Grandmothers, grandfathers, kids alike.
It does look like a lot of fun.
It does. Sean's having a blast out there. We'll check in with him again next hour, and we are looking forward to it. All right, Disney is delaying once again on a highly anticipated movie. Well, here's a question. Would you let somebody hit a golf ball off your head? Well, what if you were the starting quarterback for a prominent NFL franchise? I think not. Ryan Bass and Justin Granite have more in Brightside Sports.
Jameis Winston can be pretty hard-headed sometimes.
You think?
Sure is here. Ryan Bass, Justin Granite with you. Posing for trick shots? What are you doing, Jameis?
The only helmet Winston should be wearing on a football field, not a golf course. Derek Brooks charity tournament, and Jameis is going to let this guy, fired driver off his deck, added to the list.
Oh, God.
Winston avoiding injury. However, Jason Pierre-Paul, he did not, and now his season is in jeopardy. According to ESPN, the defensive end suffered a neck fracture in a single-car crash last week. He was not cited for that accident. JPP will visit a specialist this week for a second opinion. Team high 12.5 sacks last season. If this is a potential loss, should the Bucs consider keeping Gerald McCoy?
Keep in mind, they're expected not to bring back Gerald McCoy this year. I'd love to see Jason Licht's text to McCoy like, hey, man, I miss you. Can you please come back? This seems beyond repair, and sweet-talking McCoy certainly isn't going to help things. He's been posting some cryptic messages on social media lately. Cut him, save the money, go out and sign a couple of dudes to help the pass rush. Don't go back to the well, Jack.
Put the hurt feeling aside. The Bucs would desperately need experience on the defensive line. Production overcomes drama. McCoy, he still has something left in the tank.
But it's a little awkward at this point. Don't
Get over it.
Just a little bit. Regardless of that messy breakup, McCoy is going to one day be in the Bucs Ring of Honor. Rondé Barber, he will be entering that exclusive fraternity this season. See you September 22nd, number 20.
All right, if it's streaming, screening, or just heating up Hollywood, Brightside is all over it. Here's the buzz. From superhero to samurai, Chadwick Boseman is once again bringing life to strong characters on the big screen. Now, according to Deadline, Boseman will star in a film adaptation about Yasuke, the first black samurai in Japan. Boseman says the legend of Yasuke is one of history's best-kept secrets, and he's expected to be a part of that film. And Kim Kardashian lives in the spotlight, but this time she's getting attention for something educational. Oxygen Network just gave the green light for her prison reform documentary. What is she wearing? Last year, she lobbied for clemency for Alice Johnson, a woman who served more than 20 years for a nonviolent crime. Kardashian is also studying to be a lawyer.
Say what you want about the Kardashians, but using her fame and celebrity for this kind of good, thank goodness she is doing that, right?
Oh, yeah, she's doing great things.
She's come a long way, too, studying to be an attorney.
Yeah. And you'll have to wait a little bit longer for Avatar 2 to hit theaters. Disney announced yesterday the sequel will be released in December of 2021 instead of the most recent date of 2020.
But really?
They
just keep pushing this thing.
I'm gonna tell you, I have an idea of why, and this will also bump films 3 and 4 to 2023 and 2025.
2025?
Yeah,
That's not a real year.
So they're actually done.
Oh, it's coming.
They're done with the principal filming of this. So they're just filming the live animation. I think it's in New Zealand, I want to say, somewhere over there.
Wow.
But I think they're delaying it because of the box office numbers for the Avengers movie. And, you know, Avatar already holds #1.
Right.
So I think
For
they're
now.
going back and making changes to make.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
To make this bigger.
Films will do that. They will spend time and detail just to make things better. They'll
Right.
go back and
they want to have that #1.
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure. But
I think
it
Avengers
sounds like
could
it.
beat this, by the way. 2025, you realize that's 2 presidential elections from now.
Wow.
2020, 2024.
To be specific.
When was the first Avatar?
Ooh, what was it, like
2009?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Saying
ish.
2009. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot, right?
So it's got to be good. But they filmed this like in 2017 already.
I mean, 12 years for
So,
the sequel.
You know,
Wow.
it's going to be cool.
All right, cool. Parents out there, rejoice. You don't have to trick your kids into eating their vegetables anymore. All you have to do is tell them the truth. Good morning. The Commander-in-Chief will be in Florida tonight. The visit is much anticipated 7 months after Hurricane Michael hit.
That tap water coming out of your faucet may not be as clean as you think. A new study shows pollutants in the water.
And in other news, I only need to say it once. Chicken nugget ice cream.
Oh.
All right. Potential there, Jabari. I'm looking forward to that one. Hey, here's a live shot of Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. Not a lot of coastline in the state of New Hampshire. There's a closer shot of the waves up there. We wanted that camera to zoom in. Earth Cam is right on it this morning.
Good morning, beautiful people. I'm Jabari Thomas.
Thank you for waking up with us here on Brightside. I'm Allison Cross.
And I'm Rob Finnerty. We're going to get you in the know in just a minute, but first let's get a check on traffic and weather. Grant, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're waking up with temperatures generally in the low and mid 70s across most spots. We've got partly cloudy to mostly clear conditions, looking good across the Bay Area. A couple of high clouds streaming in from the west. Otherwise, not much to show you on the satellite and radar this morning. Out towards West Palm, a couple of isolated showers. We're not going to see any of those, but a few isolated showers may move off the coast as we go through our afternoon. Overall, a good looking day, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures at the bus stop will be in the low and mid 70s, heating up quickly with partly cloudy skies through lunchtime. The ride home, there's that 20% chance for an isolated shower. Still hot, high temperatures in the mid and upper 80s today.
All right, if you're just heading out the door, it's pretty quiet. We don't have any major crashes right now, so giving you a live look here, I-4 right around I-75. So if you're making that drive from 75 onto downtown, it's going to take you right at about 8 minutes. So all of our drive times moving in the green. The Sunshine Skyway looking good, 10 minutes to cross the bridge there, and checking in on our other bridges. Everything moving in the green, so there we go. 9 minutes across the Courtney Campbell. It is 7 on the Howard Franklin and 5 on the Gandy.
All right, Laura, looking good. Thanks for the update. We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if that's just for a few minutes.
So let's get you in the know. 2 schools in Colorado now share a tragic bond. They are the sites of 2 deadly school shootings. Just 10 miles from Columbine High School, 2 students opened fire on 2 classrooms, killing 1 student.
18-year-old Kendrick Castillo, a student at STEM School Highlands Ranch, was killed. The school year was set to end on Friday. Seniors are getting ready for graduation there. Michael Schwartz says his friend Lucas went after one of the shooters.
With his help, a couple of other kids were able to pin him to the ground, but because of that, he just got shot a lot more than everyone else.
It's horrible. They're dealing with that this week. Police identified one of the shooters as 18-year-old Devin Erickson. He's in custody right now and will face a judge later today. The other is a juvenile who's not been identified.
Meantime, back here in Florida, Moms Demand Action is pushing for Governor Ron DeSantis to veto the school safety bill that calls for arming teachers. The group delivered more than 13,000 petitions to have the bill vetoed on Tuesday, saying arming teachers is dangerous. The governor is expected to sign that bill. And happening today, President Trump will be in Panama City Beach for a rally that's expected to happen this evening. This rally, the second rally in the city since he decided to run in 2015.
This is also the second time that he's been in that area since Hurricane Michael devastated that area just 7 months ago. Brightside's Eric Glasser is there as the city gets ready for his visit.
Well, Aaron Besson Park here in Panama City Beach is the place for this Trump rally, and it is going to be outside in an amphitheater. You can see them already getting ready to start. Currently a restricted site, but that has not stopped people from already starting to show up. You can see that there are vendors out here. They've already got stuff set up ready to go to sell on behalf of fans of the president. And across the street, you can see that people have already started to put their vans in place. Their signs are on it, and folks are already lining up. Take a look at this as early as possible to see the president. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Some of these folks, I'm told, have been here for more than one. How many rallies have you been to?
Number 15. Been here since 9 this morning.
15.
Yes.
Can you believe that? So obviously, the president coming to town, this is an area of the panhandle of Florida, very popular with President Trump. But this time around, a little bit different than the last time that he was here on his campaign stops. Why? Because Hurricane Michael has come through. And so the people here in the Panhandle are hoping very much that he is able to come through with a message that relief is on the way. That is something we're just going to have to stay tuned and wait to hear from the president himself later today.
All right, Eric Glasser reporting there. You can watch that rally on our 10 News Facebook page. It starts at 8 o'clock our time tonight. You can live stream that on our 10 News Facebook page.
A new report by the Environmental Working Group is raising some serious concerns about the drinking water for millions of people.
Scary stuff. Just saying that right there. Pretty scary. That includes a city right here in the Bay Area. And Brightside's Jenny Dean is here with more on how this could affect all of us. Jenny, good morning.
Yeah, Rob, Allison, you know, you turn on your tap water, you expect it to be safe. I mean, after all, it is tested regularly, right? But not so fast. There's a new study out by the nonprofit Environmental Working Group that shows water in some cities in nearly every state could be contaminated with something called PFAS chemicals. And this literally affects hundreds of cities across the country. But the only city that's affected in the Tampa Bay area that was mentioned in the report, Zephyr Hills. Now, I want to make sure that I say this study did use the city's water utility reports from the first quarter of 2014. And in it, they found 4 chemicals that exceeded EPA guidelines: chromium, perfluorinated chemicals, radiological contaminants, and total trihalomethanes, all of which can cause cancer.
Because these chemicals, these are the Teflon or Scotch gutter chemicals, as you mentioned, they're common in firefighting foam. They're stain repellent, but they don't break down in the body, and they don't break down in the environment, and they actually stick to our blood.
The EWG's study does point out that the latest water utility test from Zephyr Hills shows that it is in compliance with the federal health-based drinking water standards. But guys, the Environmental Working Group maintains that the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, needs to have some stricter standards when it comes to these PFAS chemicals.
All right, that is Jenny Dean. Thank you. Scary stuff right there. Something we all need to have clean drinking water.
Yes.
Very important. All right, first responders in Central Florida are recovering after almost passing out after being exposed to fentanyl. This happened in Lake County on Tuesday during a traffic stop.
The sheriff's office says that a deputy, 2 firefighters, and the driver of that car all had to be given Narcan. All 4 were taken to the hospital to be treated. That area then had to be shut down as hazmat crews decontaminated the area. Georgia has banned abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, and that can be as early as 6 weeks. The governor signed it into law on Tuesday.
Yeah, the ACLU says the law is unconstitutional and they want to challenge it in court. Similar bans are now being considered in Mississippi, Kentucky, and Ohio.
It looks like we won't have a Triple Crown winner this year. Country House, the winner of the Kentucky Derby, won't run in the Preakness because he's sick.
What a bummer.
I know. His trainer says that he started coughing after the race, and blood work shows that he has a virus.
I was excited just because if he did win the Preakness and the Belmont, or that, I mean, it would be unbelievable. Country House won the Derby Saturday after maximum security was disqualified for jumping in front of other horses down the stretch. He will not be running in the Preakness. That, by the way, is on May 18th. The Triple Crown is when a horse wins the Derby, the Preakness, and then the Belmont Stakes in New York. That
not this year.
Triple Crown will not happen this year. All right, getting your children to choose healthy foods can be as easy as giving them a reason.
This is really interesting. Researchers at Washington State University found that children who were repeatedly told things like whole grains help you run fast, jump high, and fruits and vegetables help you from getting sick, they were more likely to eat the healthy food than kids who weren't told those things. Parents in the newsroom, though, heard that and they went, nah, tried that.
Seems so simple, right?
Right? Like, you're going to jump higher if you eat veggies.
My daughter would be like, what does ice cream help you with? Right?
Answer that question, huh?
All right. Well, it's time for those Did You Hear About stories that you want to know about. So in other news, all right, everyone, if you love chicken nuggets like I do, and you love ice cream like I do, you may or may not like this next creation coming out of Ireland. It's rolled chicken nugget ice cream.
I'm into it.
The video is from the ice cream company's Instagram page. Rob looks very curious about this. This company is known for making strange creations, including candy fruit and even bubble gum. What do you guys think? Would you try it?
Totally try it.
Really?
Blue cheese.
Am I the only one?
Well, chicken and waffles are a thing, so
Yeah.
it's salty.
It's
so-
a good point.
Exactly.
Sweet and salty, yeah, absolutely.
Ice cream.
Would you try it with like blue cheese and buffalo sauce?
No.
Or is that too far?
That's too far, Rob.
Yeah.
Good grief, you're gonna tear someone up.
Literally. Yeah.
Well, this will tear you up too, but
I like it.
All right, well, most of the time if you guys see a rainbow, you know, you look up. But if you're in Colombia, look down because you'll see a river of rainbows. Check this out. This Colombia's Serranía de la Macarena National Park is known as the River of Five Colors. Now, how is this created? It's created by aquatic plants that live in the river. So if you want to see it, the best time to go is when the whole thing is in full bloom and the brightest, and that's from June until November.
So just started.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like pollution, but no, that's cool that it's natural.
It's good that it's not,
Yeah, okay. Well, this story is going to make your skin crawl. A man in Oklahoma, I saw this morning, he gets bit by a snake on his face. Here's the video.
No.
Ow! Kurt, take me to the hospital. Take me to the hospital.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
So he was opening a door when the snake attacked him, and it was no tiny reptile. This thing was almost 5.5 feet long. It was all caught on surveillance camera.
oh my gosh.
His neighbor came over with a hammer to end the snake, which thankfully wasn't poisonous.
We're gonna show you that.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, wow.
Oh!
Gee.
Yeah. You know
It
what?
looked like he got bit in the eye.
Wow.
He did not waste a second.
He reacted so well.
He's like, all right, gotta go to the hospital.
I would have
now.
been like, you know, like he reacted
out.
perfectly, right? And his
Honey,
wife's
give me
sitting there
some
watching
Hazel.
TV. She's like, what? Get in the car. We gotta go.
So that
Yeah.
all happens, and then you go back and you check the security camera
Right.
and it's on it.
Yeah, so you got to be careful because it was like in the mailbox area. So
You gotta check out that stuff.
Oh, they can hide. That's what they do.
Poor guy.
I'm terrified. Every morning I walk my dog because I don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to be
So
careful.
yeah,
Ask some of the folks in the newsroom about the snakes on property.
I've seen them.
Okay.
No thanks.
All right.
That's a break story. So from coffee to cocktails, you can now have your favorite mixed drinks in your home with the push of a button.
Okay.
It's really important to contact your agent if you don't have a copy of your policy and really get an idea of how much coverage you have for your house. Is it enough to cover the entire house? And then also what your deductible is, and is it low enough where it's an amount of money that you can be able to pay?
All important things to review as you prepare for hurricane season, which doesn't begin until June 1st. But this week is Hurricane Preparedness Week, and today's a good day to talk about the insurance. Yesterday we talked about your hurricane kit. Today is a day to look at something, maybe the less glamorous side of things, and that's your insurance, but it's a good thing to review, especially if you haven't reviewed it over the last couple of years. Is it still appropriate for your home and for your family? Another thing to consider, flood insurance, it's separate from your homeowner's insurance or any other insurance that you might have. And here's the thing about insurance, especially flood insurance. They won't become effective until 30 days after you get it. So you can't wait for a hurricane to form and then say, I'm going to get that insurance. It doesn't work that way. So if you're thinking about flood insurance, I always like to say, if it rains, it can flood. And that's certainly a threat that we see here in Florida. Review your home and vehicle insurance. Another thing to do is when a hurricane threatens, make sure you have a copy of those insurance forms and you take it with you. I always just put it into a Ziploc bag. That way, obviously, if you're running around and it's raining, then you don't have to worry about it getting wet. But still, hurricane season does not begin until June 1st. In the meantime, we've got partly cloudy to mostly clear skies this morning, 74 degrees in Tampa right now with a dew point of 70, so a bit of humidity in the air this morning. Temps around the rest of the area, generally in the low and middle 70s. We're under mostly clear skies right now, a couple of showers out towards West Palm. We're not concerned about those showers, though we may see a few of our own coastal showers develop later this afternoon. Most of the day will be great at the beach. Sun rises at 6:45. It won't set until 8:08, but it will be through the second half of the afternoon into the early evening hours that we could see an isolated shower or two, and that will stay along the coast. That water temperature, though, in the Gulf now at 83 degrees. Stalled out front of boundary across the Bay Area. That will keep a better chance for some showers south of our immediate area. Down toward Fort Myers, they'll have a better chance of rain. But even Sarasota, Bradenton, you'll find a few more of those coastal showers today. As we go into the overnight, those showers dissipate pretty quickly. Through the day tomorrow, once again, the front actually lifts back to the north. That combined with an upper level disturbance will bring us more of a 40% chance for some scattered afternoon showers and storms tomorrow. High temperature still up around 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon with that 40% chance for scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Here's your 7-day forecast. 89 degrees to 90 degrees on Friday, keeping just a small chance for an afternoon shower. Mother's Day weekend looks really nice. A 20% chance of rain on Saturday. Mom's Day, Mother's Day, only a 10% chance of rain with highs near 89.
Alrighty, it is 5:47, and if you're just getting ready to head out the door, we don't have any major crashes at this time. We just another quick check, not seeing anything with any major roadblocks, but of course if that changes, we will let you know. But most of our majors are moving in the green this morning, not seeing any major slowdowns. So giving you a live look here, 275 in Pinellas County, right around Gandy Boulevard. If you were making that drive from about Pinellas Point to get to Gandy, it's right about 9 minutes, and that's in both directions if you're heading north or south in Pinellas on 275. US 19 though, just a bit slow, not too bad. 12 minutes from alternate 19 to Tampa Road, then it will be another 9 minutes on to Gulf to Bay. Just the people going a little bit under the speed limit here. And this is the very southern end of the Veterans Expressway. We see the airport off to the side here. It's taking about 13 minutes to make the drive from Van Dyke Road to get to the area of Tampa International Airport. And the Selman Expressway moving along in the green, 9 minutes heading west from I-75 to downtown.
All right, Laura, whether you are a homemaker, a store owner, or you're just working for the weekend, money matters each and every day, and we are minding your business on this Wednesday morning here on Brightside. And how about this? The machine that changed the way you enjoy a cup of coffee is now changing the way you make your favorite cocktail at home. Keurig is launching a new product called the Home Bar, and Florida is going to be one of the first states to try it out. With the push of a button, you can make anything from a Moscow Mule to a Mai Tai to a Long Island iced tea or an old fashioned, even a gin and tonic. How about a margarita?
Okay.
You got to do the salt yourself, though. The company says Floridians are a key demographic because the weather is warm, we love to entertain, and love a good cocktail. They kind of nailed it with that description.
An alcoholic Keurig.
Yes. Online sales for the DrinkWorks Home Bar started officially yesterday, but on the 20th, a couple stores in Sarasota are going to be carrying them in store. Look out for that, and watch out home offices.
I know, right?
You know?
Yeah.
All right, Waymo is teaming up with Lyft to lure people from Uber. Google's self-driving car is now part of the Lyft app in Phoenix. It's also a way for Google to make people comfortable with self-driving cars, but there will still be somebody behind the wheel, which is kind of funny because the car is going to be driving itself around downtown Phoenix, but there's still going to be a driver. The partnership is forming just before Uber has their initial public offering a little bit later this week.
No. All right, Tampa Bay has a unique personality and its heartbeat is getting louder every day. From culture and entertainment to history and tradition, almost nothing's off limits. And today, I'm taking you to improv class.
Improvisation, it's teamwork. It's people working together almost radically. One of the tenets of improv is yes and, right? It's not only that we accept what our scene partner has given us, but we add to it. Improv starts to kind of fundamentally change the way you cooperate with your fellow teammates and fellow employees and coworkers, right? We get too afraid of failing as Zach, failing as Jabari, I don't want people to judge me. So when you sit down in that meeting, maybe you have an idea, but you're afraid of what people might think. If you're coming to it and everybody's coming to it with an open, improvisational-minded attitude, we can say yes and agree with each other and go in the right direction. So in this game, it's called Electric Company. I'm gonna make the sound of what may be the beginning of some kind of word.
Okay.
And then you're gonna end that word, and we're both just gonna say it.
Towel.
Wool. Towel. Yeah. Glitter.
Let's get you in the know before you go. We're going to run through today's top stories before you head out the door.
Well, good morning, Tampa Bay. How about that shot right there?
Well, new selfie.
If you haven't noticed us driving down Gandy before, that's our news station right there. That's what it looks like from the outside.
Looking good on a Wednesday morning.
Not the inside.
No?
You want to see the inside? Check us out in just a moment. If you didn't catch the whole newscast, here are this morning's biggest stories. We start with the shooting at a Colorado school yesterday.
1 student was killed, 8 others were hurt. This was at the STEM School Highlands Ranch near Denver, just 8 miles from Columbine High. 2 suspects are in custody. Schools in that area are now closed for the rest of the week.
President Trump will be in Panama City Beach for a rally this evening. This will be the second time he'll be in that area since Hurricane Michael devastated the Panhandle 7 months ago. You can live stream that on our 10 News Facebook page starting at 8 o'clock tonight.
Later this morning, a House panel will vote on whether to hold Attorney General William Barr in contempt of Congress. That's because Barr has not given lawmakers the full unredacted Mueller report. Democrats say they have the right to read that report, but Republicans say it is case closed on Russian collusion and obstruction of justice.
Well, you might want to check out that water in your sink. The Environmental Working Group says Zephyrhills is one of hundreds of cities across the country with potentially cancer-causing chemicals in the water. We're going to note, though, right now that the group does say that tests from Zephyrhills do show they are in compliance with federal standards, but it does not hurt to check.
Uber and Lyft drivers are planning a strike today. They're demanding job security, livable incomes, and caps on company commissions. This will take place in 8 U.S. cities. Tampa is not on that list.
Yeah, that Uber IPO could happen tomorrow, although likely to happen on May 10th, which is Friday. Guess what? You can take Brightside on the go with you, just like us on Instagram. And here we are, hump day.
Here we are.
Halfway through the week.
Coasting through the rest of the week. Nothing really changing with your forecast. Temperatures up around 90 once again this afternoon. Very small chance for an isolated afternoon shower, more likely along the coast today, so keep that in mind if you're heading to the beach today. A slightly better chance for some more widespread showers tomorrow. Still scattered in nature, only 40% chance of rain tomorrow. Mother's Day still looking good, only a 10% chance of rain with highs near 89.
All right, we have a first crash of the morning with a roadblock, and that is in Bradenton on 53rd, which is also State Road 70 at US 301. And as you can see, we are seeing slower speeds both directions around US 301.
Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Stick around. Brightside at 6 starts in just a few minutes.